My name is Paul Newman, and I've got a secret.
I've Got a Secret, starring Gary Moore.
I have as big a smile on my face tonight as a giant rooter can. We're very glad to see you. Indeed we are. And welcome to another edition of I've Got a Secret. I would like to have you meet our splendid panel. To begin with, there is Bill Cullen. And then with a brand new hairdo in the new style, Miss Jane Meadows. Jane, turn your head, swivel a little bit.
Give them the pyramid effect?
Yeah, give them the whole thing. Ain't that a dilly? That's great. And next to her with the same old skull do, Henry Morgan. And while Faye Emerson vacations in Europe, we are very happy to have the lovely motion picture star and a real great guy, Miss Ann Sheridan. Now, we got temperament troubles right away. Frank, can you get a shot of the back of Bill Cullen's head? He's the only one who didn't get to show the back of his head.
My hot spot.
Well, that is our panel. Now, panel, before we start, I hate to ask you to do this right off, but it's the last time it'll happen tonight. For our first contestant, you must have your blindfolds on, please. If you'll put them on, it'll be the last time tonight we'll ask you to do it. It gets awfully stuffy and claustrophobic under those things, you know. Go on, Ann. Nothing terrible is going to happen, I promise you. All right, everything in place?
Mm-hmm.
Now, then, let's have our first contestant, if we can, please. Our first contestant is Dr. Robert W. Keast of San Rafael, California. Now then, let's reveal his secret. All right, panel, Dr. Keast's secret concerns something that he is doing, and, well, we might as well start at the top with you, Bill, I guess.
Well, Gary, just from listening, I can tell you're in the center stage, and I can tell you're not erect. I'm crazy. Are you lying down, Gary?
I'm not supposed to answer questions.
Oh,
but I'll tell
Doctor-
you, no, I'm not lying down. I'm not lying down.
Dr. Keast, are you lying down?
No, he's not lying down.
Dr. Keast, am I getting through to you?
Yes, you're getting through to him, and he's not lying down.
Dr. Keast, is there some personal reason why you won't speak to me?
He's just heard about you, that's all.
Oh, well,
he doesn't
he's-
want to talk to you.
Good point.
$20 down and $60 to go, and we go to Jane Meadows, please.
Dr. Keast is doing something.
He ain't
That's
going
right,
to
isn't
answer you, Jane, Dr. Keast.
it? Well, is Dr. Keast doing something to you, Gary?
No, ma'am.
Is he doing something that has to do with his medical profession?
No.
Would it help us to know what type of a doctor he is?
Very silent.
I don't really think so, no.
Is there any live object involved in the thing that he's doing?
Only Dr. Keast.
Is there an object involved? An
Yes.
inanimate object?
Yes?
Is this a mechanical object?
No. We have $40 down and $40 to go, and we go to Cousin Henry.
Well, it sounds like Dr. Keast is underwater or something. Gary, is it possible for Dr. Keast to answer?
No, he's terribly busy at the moment.
And this has nothing to do with the medical profession, I think we established. Is Dr. Keast doing something that he has done before?
Yes, many times.
Does he do this for money?
No, he doesn't do it for money. He does it as more or less as a hobby.
Is he holding his breath? Pardon me.
That's what the secret is, yes. Now, don't come up, Dr. Keast. Don't come up, Dr. Keast. Panel, you can take your blindfolds off. Dr. Keast, as you can see, has been underwater. He went underwater at the moment that we opened the curtains. By the clock, he has been under 2 minutes and 30 seconds,
Wow.
which is practically no time at all as far as Dr. Keast is concerned. His record is 10 minutes. 10 minutes and 58.9 seconds. That was last March. We had hoped that you wouldn't guess it because we wanted him to stay under at least 4 minutes tonight. I think that the average person can stay under about 2 minutes or a little better, and even that is a strain. But earlier this evening, I was watching him work out at this thing, And he did 4.5 minutes for us with no trouble at all and didn't want to come up. But finally I said, look, we're running short on rehearsal time. Please come up. You know, and so finally, reluctantly, he did. Now, I want it understood, however, so that nobody will think that we're keeping anything from you, that this is not just a pure job of holding your breath. 20 minutes before showtime, backstage, he had an oxygen mask. And for 20 minutes, he breathes nothing but pure oxygen. Now, Dr. Keast says that the average person without training, if he will breathe pure oxygen for 20 minutes before he tries this thing, can stay under 3 minutes or more. But he has... Yes, Henry, got any questions? He has currently gone... He's coming up on 4 minutes now. You got any questions, Henry?
No, I was just... I sort of thought from somewhere, I don't know where, that you can't breathe pure oxygen. I didn't know you could.
Well, when Dr. Keast comes up, I'll ask him about that. I believe he was breathing pure oxygen. He is an anesthetist. And while conducting some experiments, several years ago, on, you know, the results of carbon dioxide in the system and so forth, they got fooling around with oxygen, and he found that he happens to be a skin diver also, eh? And he found that after breathing pure oxygen, he could stay down phenomenally long times. So he has now gone 4 minutes and a half.
I have a question.
Yes, Bill, what is it?
Why is he turning blue?
It is no fair making the good doctor laugh, because if he does, the whole front of this is going to come out and I'll get wet. Yes, Ann?
Oh, there, Doctor.
Does the gentleman practice yogi?
No, there is no yogi involved. He looks like he's in a trance. Actually, can you wave at the people, doctor? Just wave your hand, make a motion, you know.
That doesn't mean it isn't yogi.
Well, I mean by that he's not in any sort of a trance or anything,
yes.
you know.
Yeah,
He's completely aware of what he's doing. He stays, of course, as still as he can, the purpose being to use up as little oxygen as possible.
Yeah.
Yes,
Listen, Gare, while he does this kind of thing, why doesn't he read a little something? It seems like an awful waste of time.
Well, let's get him to come on up. Well, we've established he's past 5 minutes now. Come on up, will you, Doctor? Thank you ever so much. I told most of your story just to kill time while you were under there to prove that you could do it. Dr. Keast, we're most grateful to you. This guy has been most conscientious. We have a robe here for you when you get out. Here is your $80, which we'll keep dry, a carton of Winston's, which we'll keep dry, and our latest gizmo, one of our I've Got a Secret games, which are a ball to play underwater. And on dry land, too. Dr. Keast?
I have something for you if we've got a second.
Sure.
On behalf of the Marin Skin Divers of San Rafael, I'd like to have you have this membership card.
For me?
Diving patch from our club. And sometime when you're in San Francisco, we'll show you what the Pacific Ocean looks like from down below.
Oh, good. It says here, good for one drowning of your own choice. Thank you very much. And he could have gone another 4 or 5 minutes, but we have a lot of other show to do tonight, you know. Now, may we have our next contestant, please? Will you come in? Will you tell our panel, please, what your name is and where you're from?
My name is Larry Kurgi, and I'm from Hollywood, California.
This is Mr. Kurgi, and he is from Hollywood. Now, Mr. Kurgi, if you'll whisper your secret to me, the folks at home are anxious to find out what it is. All right, to help classify his secret, it concerns something that he does, and Bill Cullen, we'll start it with you.
Something... Sir, this thing that you do you do it often? Yes, about once a week or so. Do you get paid for this? Occasionally. A lot of money? Well, sometimes. Fair. This thing that you do, would you call it a difficult work? Also, occasionally it's difficult, yes. Sometimes very easy. Is there another person involved in this thing that you do, or this secret of yours? That's what you usually call them, yes. Is it a man? Supposedly, yes.
$20 down and $60 to go, and we go to Jane.
Mr. Kurgi, do you perform a service for this man?
That's what it's called, yes.
Yeah.
Does this service do him any good?
Should.
Should?
It's designed to.
Yeah.
It's supposed to.
Does this man, by any chance, need this service more than most people would need it?
I would say definitely.
You would? Is it a service of a personal nature, by any chance?
It's personal.
Yes, I would say so, yes.
A personal nature? Is this man bald?
No.
He's not bald?
No.
Well, he says no. I'm not going to give my opinion, but it's immaterial either way.
That's right.
It's immaterial whether he's bald or not?
Yes, whether he is bald or not is immaterial.
Is this a very famous person?
I would say yes.
$40 down and $40 to go, and we go to Henry.
This person's in Hollywood?
Sometimes, yes. Usually is in Hollywood.
Well, you say you're from there and you do this once a week, and he's in Hollywood when you do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Is he a movie actor?
He has appeared in motion pictures, but that is not his principal line.
Oh. Well, we haven't much time. Very busy. Is it Liberace?
No.
No.
Oh, I was trying to think of somebody who made a picture who didn't belong. I mean, not didn't belong. It wasn't a regular. Is it somebody who? Could I say something to the audience? Please don't write. Don't write.
You won't hear from the Liberace fans. They've all swung over to Elvis Presley, the way I gather it. I don't know.
Hey! This, sir, is this you said you got paid sometimes for this something that you do for this person. Then you're not a professional at what you do, are you?
Oh, yes, sure.
Quite definitely. All right, $60 down and $20 to go, and we go to Ann Sherrod.
He is a professional at what he does, right? Let me see. Now, Kurgi, right? That's the name. Would this have to do with any New York concern?
New York concern, no.
Not at all. Professional services, an individual.
Individual, completely.
Yes. Dear soul. For one individual or for himself? I beg your pardon. For one individual, Mr. Kurgi, or for yourself? Yes or no? I shouldn't ask you that.
Yes, for one individual, yes.
Go for, I'll say we're near the end of the string, and you go for who it is. Who does he do this for?
Oh, all right. An actor.
An actor,
Perhaps.
yes. Let's call him an actor. Let's be charitable and call him an
I
actor.
beg your pardon. Mr. Kurgi is an actor. He goes
No,
for the professional
person
service
for whom
actor.
he does it is an actor.
I see. Would he be one?
We have lost the game. $80 down to Mr. Kurgi. Will you tell the panel, please, what it is that you do for a living? Not for a living, really, but what it is that you do occasionally.
I give Jack Benny violin lessons.
Oh!
Bill, you have? Well, he actually does. You know that Jack Benny takes a violin lesson every week of his life, isn't that so?
Nearly, yes.
Nearly every week. Now, we have Mr. Kurgi's fiddle down here, and Jack is quite proud of his progress. He knew that we were going to do this on the show tonight. Now, how long have you been giving him lessons?
About a year now, not quite a year.
About a year. Now, this will really impress you because, you know, Jack Benny kids around on the fiddle. How would you say he played when he first came to you?
Well, before he started studying, it was about like this.
That high one kills me. Now then, so he studied for a year, seriously, taking lessons, and now he sounds... All kidding aside, let me ask you, does Jack Benny have any talent for the fiddle? He pretends not to.
I think, all kidding aside, Jack Benny is undoubtedly one of the most talented men I have ever met in my career.
On the fiddle?
I would say that if he had started and kept up as a boy, he would have been a great violinist. But even if he had taken any other subject, he would have also been great because he's just a natural talent all around. And a great man besides it.
Larry? What a great joy having you with us. Here's your $80, your carton of Winston cigarettes, our heartfelt thanks, and our best wishes to Jack Buck. Oh, all right. Friends, now I am very delighted to introduce to you a young gentleman who is one of the newer Hollywood stars. We are proud to say that he was one of our great television stars in the dramatic field before he went out to Hollywood. He has recently appeared as the leading man in the great picture, Somebody Up There Likes Me, Mr. Paul Newman. You were a great loss
around here and...
Oh, yes. You were a great loss to television, friend. I hope you haven't given it up forever.
Of course not.
Good. You did a show just the other night or so.
Yes.
All right. Now, Paul has got a nifty secret, I think. One of the best we've had in a long time. So, Paul, if you'll whisper it to me, I'd like to show it to the folks at home. Paul's secret concerns something that he did. And we'll start with Bill Cullen.
Paul, did you do this recently, within the last 24 hours?
Yes, I did.
And from the sound of the laughter of the studio audience, does it or will it or has it, does it, will it, or has it affected us here tonight? The poor, hapless, innocent panel.
Does it affect them?
Do you mean, is it going to affect one of you four people here tonight? Is that what you mean? Is it going to affect you tonight? Is that what you're asking?
No, I don't mean that. Yeah, all right, I mean that.
Well, if that's what you mean, the answer is it's going to affect you tonight.
It's not going to affect us. Is it going to affect us later? When we're older and less able to defend ourselves?
No, honestly, Bill, we didn't quite... did you understand that question?
I'm not sure, no.
Well,
He's not a very lucid person.
Not a very articulate person.
I didn't understand it myself, to tell you the truth, and I knew who would... is this going to... You did this. Are we going to like... Are we glad you did it? I mean,
yes.
Oh, we are?
I think you will be.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I hope you got me better seats for the ball game than I had today. Did you do that?
No, I didn't.
Didn't do that. Is it a physical thing that you did, Paul?
Yeah, I would say it was.
Yes, it involved a certain...
Didn't, $20 down and $60 to go. Didn't take a great deal of cerebration. All right.
Am I on?
Yes, Jane.
There seems to be some doubt about that physical. Is that right?
Well, I didn't know. I mean, physical exertion,
I see.
what percentage?
Well, now, I want to get back to the audience's reaction. They laughed when your secret was revealed. Was there something funny about this thing that you did?
I hope so, yes.
You do? Is there another person involved in it?
Yes.
Is this person connected with this show in any way?
Yes.
Is he seated next to you? If it's a he?
Sure isn't if it's a she.
No.
I want to thank you, Bill. Maybe I better give him a look at the back of my hair. All right, $40 down and 40 to go, and we go to old Hank.
Yeah, I'll buy that. But I can't follow what's going on. You have established nothing.
Absolutely not.
We've established that it happened within the last 24 hours, and it does concern one member of the panel now, because...
Well, we can do this pretty fast. Does it concern Bill?
No.
Jane?
No.
Me?
Yes.
Gary, don't you remember the agreement we had that I...
Henry feels having been sent to Africa was enough. No more tricks.
Well, this isn't going to be anything embarrassing, is it?
No, sir.
And if you did it during the past 24 hours, you mean you arranged something?
Yes, it was
Yeah, he
arranged,
did something
yes.
within the last 24 hours, yeah.
You arranged something to make me look like a fool.
Yes.
Well...
Not really, Henry, no.
Gary, don't you remember when we had the talk?
Think over. Where have you been in the last 24 hours?
Gee, I haven't been... I was at Ebbets Field today.
All right.
And, you arranged me to pitch tomorrow? Once Mr. DeRocher was here and arranged for me to be bat boy. And, that went bad. Has it anything to do with baseball? With baseball? With the series?
It has something to do, in a way, with the series.
Indirectly.
Indirectly, yes.
Were you taking my picture this afternoon?
No.
Gee, there was some guy out there who's real crazy. Well, no, it wasn't you. I'm awful lost. How can I gracefully...
All right, let's cut the game off right now. Ann, huh? Would you forgive us, Ann? Pan over, let's get Pretty Ann's picture. Would you forgive us if we cut the game off right with Henry in as much as this concerns him? Because I think you'll get as big a charge out of this as we will.
All right, I should be delighted. It doesn't concern me.
Doesn't concern you.
No trips.
It concerns...
Right, you're packed?
No trips.
All right. Okay.
This concerns Henry. You go
All
off
right,
and
fine.
go off and get ready. Henry, we not only knew that you went to the World Series ball game this afternoon, we even contrived to have a friend call you up and invite you to go to the ball game. We knew what seats you were sitting in. We knew exactly where you were. Through the good offices of Sports Illustrated, we did have a photographer out there taking pictures from time to time, but you don't remember the occasion. Paul, are you ready? Maybe you'll recognize him better this way. Paul, come out.
Get your hot drink here, ladies and gentlemen. Get your hot drink.
That's fun. Gee, I didn't know that you looked so ordinary. Weren't you the one that we had all the trouble with? You waited on like 50 people?
Yes.
And we were screaming and yelling?
I understand you were very irritated because you were very hungry and didn't have any breakfast.
You were there. You were there.
Henry, he's got the funniest story to tell. Just tell us from the time you got to the ballpark and you went back and when the man gave you the tray full of hot dogs.
Well, I got the tray full of hot dogs, and I got into the outfit and everything, and then I started to walk up to get into the area where you were, and I just got into the aisle, sort of, and I was just swarmed by a pack of hungry rats. And this one guy kicked me and said, 6, please. I turned around, so I started handing out hot dogs, and I sold one whole tray of these things and had to go back for the second one. And by this time, someone had given you a hot dog already, and I didn't know what to do, so then I went back for beer. And in about... and it was very nerve-wracking because I was terribly nervous, and at one time I remember it's sort of survival of the fittest, and you suddenly discover that you've got to have a system. And first you take the wax paper out, and then you put the thing in the bun, and I was so nervous that one time I put this wiener in this piece of wax paper. No bun. One time I got some mustard on my finger, and I went like this. I passed the guy the hot dog, and he gave me a dirty look.
You're lucky he didn't give you a punch in the nose.
I was asked by several people where the bathroom was. And, of course, I didn't know anything.
Hey, good game, though, huh?
What?
Good
I didn't
game,
see
though.
any of the game.
Oh, that's right. You have the face inland.
Well, Paul came in tonight and he said, I said, wasn't it a wonderful game? He said, I don't know. I didn't see it.
And then I went back for the beer, and incidentally, I sold $26 worth of merchandise in a half an hour, and my cut is $2.60.
All he was trying to do to get to Henry, and he made $26 before he could get up to
I couldn't
Henry.
get anywhere near you. I could not get anywhere near you.
Well,
And-
Paul, it's been nifty having you with us tonight. You're a great guy to go out there and do that. And tomorrow, I hope you can see... Oh, hey, we got a picture, that was taken, Henry, that the Sports Illustrated people took. They had their own photographers. Frank, can we go to the picture, please? Now, there is Paul, you see, wearing the uniform. Now, let's pan over to Henry. There is... Henry, you can't see this. You've got to see it after the show. It's just great. Now, let's pan back to Paul again. You'll see the hot dog being passed down. Isn't that true? That's a lovely hat. You should never lose it. Paul, the money you have won, the Winston cigarettes, neither of which will pay you for the fun you have given us tonight, but you'll like the Winstons. Thank you
very much.
Funds for all. We've got to knock it off, friends. See you next week. Bye. Take care.
travel arrangements for I've Got a Secret are made through United Airlines. United Airlines flies our contestants with red carpet service in DC-7 mainliners. This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Cotton production. Miss Meadows Blouse by Morlove. This is John Gannon speaking.